Welcome, people! Well, more failure by the police are showing up in this sudden illegal killing the other 5 illegals in Texas here. So I haven't watched the press release yet. I don't know. He's in custody. I just released the video because it took me a while to get it out. He's been on the run for a few days now. But here's his capture.
Is in custody. I have just left Montgomery County Jail where he was taken, and he has been magistrated. He now will be taken to my jail and where his new residence will be.
My jail. Mine.
I would like to thank the men behind me and the women behind me. They're not women here right now, but everybody played a very...
Oh my God, he's stumbling over himself trying to be so PC correct. Name right. What about if there was a transgender or a gay person or a person binary? Why aren't you thanking them? Why is it just thanking men and women? Damn politically incorrect Texas cowboy wearing.
Very integral part in the arrest and capture of this coward.
Everybody was integral. You know how they caught him? Somebody called and told him where he was at. But there is a little bit more details in the article that I'll get into.
Everybody behind me has worked tirelessly. I know that there are several people out of these 225 plus officers at this scene, not to include the...
All getting paid by tax dollars, costing the taxpayers millions of dollars. Meanwhile, we have open borders with millions of people coming across, and we're spending millions of dollars on this guy killing, and the end result will be guns are bad, and we need to get guns from good people who absolutely did nothing perfect.
Millions of people, thanks to the media, y'all push the message out, but we've had calls from Wyoming.
If you've never been standing at one of these press conferences, which I have at a few, and it's very, first of all, I like to be in the back, and I didn't like being up there unless I was told because I was in a case. But when you're in the background, here's what these guys are thinking. Dude, just say what you got to say and shut up. Let's get out of here. Dog and pony show. We're standing here like freaking idiots. So that's what's happening. But now the FBI, they're there so they can get their FBI in and say how great they are and how wonderful they are. And they think the whole world resolves, and they just want to hear their thinks. So everybody always falls over each other thanking everybody.
Florida, South Texas, North Texas, Oklahoma, Maryland, and those are just a few of the places. We were here, they were there. Bottom line is, we now have this man in custody. He was caught hiding in a closet underneath some laundry.
I can't tell you the number of people. Just a pro tip for you criminals. The worst place to hide is in the closet under laundry, because that's where all cops look. But I know when you're scurrying around like a rat, you just find the first hole. But most cops know to check piles of laundry in the closet. Just a pro tip there. Rick, you're giving criminals advice. All right, I'm not saying nothing that the most common sense would figure out.
They effectively made the arrest. He is uninjured, and he is...
Well, I'm glad he's uninjured, because we have to protect the illegals. I mean, they have rights. What about his welfare? Is that going to stop? Is he still getting free money? Does he still have phone access for his phone? I mean, those are the important things. Does he want sexual transformation surgery? Those things are important, not the fact that he came here and violated multiple laws and used a gun for now government's going to use as another stat to take guns away from good people who did nothing.
Currently being taken to my facility.
My facility. My facility.
Thank you.
Thank you. Not your facility. It's taxpayers. It's our facility. It's we, the people.
How you guys were able to find him? What clues led you to him tonight?
Well, it was a multi-jurisdictional operation, to say the least. Somebody got a tip. DP.
Actually, I think the FBI tip line is where it was called in, but he doesn't want to say that. But whatever. Everybody wants to claim credit.
PSCID, U.S. Marshals, FBI, we had a TAC team. They all meandered over there and found that tip to be true.
And was this home a relative's home? Did he know where he was?
That's unknown to me. Maybe one of these guys behind me can speak to the actual information on how he was actually captured.
Sheriff, what's your message to the family members, the surviving family members of those people who were killed in this attack?
Looks like this is almost over. I
Well,
didn't hear.
They can rest easy now because he is behind bars.
Oh, big freaking deal. There's only like 4 or 5 or 20 million others out there that we don't know about, but we can rest easy now? You're an idiot. Take off that damn hat. You're a disgrace to Texas. All right, let's get down to the information we got here. Accused of fatally shooting 5 people. Now it's a 9-year-old son. I've been hearing 8-year-old for like a week or so since this happened. Now the kid got a year older. I don't know. Was arrested. Days-long manhunt. Days-longs, I guess, must be multiple days. That must be CNN Cool Talk. Suspect, Francisco, found in a house. Just miles from where the killing took place. Now, here's my problem with law enforcement. When you work these cases and you find out a guy who's committing a crime and he's got several criminal history, and this guy supposedly was used this address where they found him, has a parole or probation address for one of his previous crimes when he was here illegally one of the 4 times before he got deported, he used this address as an address. When you get a suspect that you're looking for, the first thing you do is run the history when you're running an investigation and manhunt, and you put law enforcement on every family member that he's had contact, everybody's listed, everybody that visited him when he was in jail, everyone that posted his bond, everyone he lists has family members. Those are the first places you go and either at a minimum stake out and see if there's contact or movement, or you get a search warrant if you have probable cause that you think he might be there. But they didn't even search. They've been searching for days, and they did not. Government, police, the FBI, 250 officers. Nobody searched a house where his sister lived, that he used to live there, and he's listed as an address. That is, to me, the ultimate failure of idiocy in law enforcement. That is just unbelievable for me. Sorry. I guess I work with more competent people. So here they're saying Francisco, who is a Mexican national, that would mean he's not supposed to be here in America and he crossed illegally. But we'll just call him a Mexican national so we don't have to use the word illegal and criminal and crossing 4 times that he was deported, more than 4 times. They effectively made the arrest. He was uninjured. That's important. And he's currently being taken to a facility. The sheriff's office said Francisco was captured in a town of Cut and Shoot. The FBI Houston office tweeted that he was found in the neighborhood city of Conroe. The suspect will be held on 5 counts of murder with $5 million bond. He's accused of carrying out a massive murder, blah, blah, blah. Investigators who initially started tracking him using his cell phone. Well, he probably figured out, I got to get rid of the cell phone. Maybe he was using his Obama free phone and it ran out of minutes. And that's why he threw it away, because he was going to go and get a new phone with more minutes later. But so far they were tracking with a cell phone. But when that trail went cold, meaning he turned it off or ditched his cell phone, they know where his cell phone's at or the last place it pinged. A tip submitted through the FBI's tip line. Remember, the sheriff just said, we don't know how he got the tip, and it was through a unified effort, and we were all working. Okay, this says it was submitted through the FBI. I don't know who to believe. They're lying so much, I don't know who to believe. Ultimately led authorities to the suspect's location. Assistant Special Agent. Ooh, he's a special agent. In charge, Jimmy Paul. Paul said the tip came in at 5 p.m. local, and he was arrested at 6:30. So I guess this is a way that we did good. We got the tip 5:15, and shit, hour 15 minutes later, we had him in custody. Man, those guys are good. Hang on, we're going to get to the 5 calls the family made before they were shot. We just want to thank the person who courageously, bravely called in. They know who called in. You don't call in these tip lines without them knowing. But anyway, used to be able to use payphone. Now you can't use that. Anyway, in addition to acting on the tip, law enforcement officials tracked Francisco's wife, remember I said the other video that they would be tracking his wife because she's going to contact him? They tracked his wife to the home near Cut and Shoot. So let me get this straight, people. We have an address that the guys used. The address he was found in was a sister or a cousin. That an address he had used him before for a crime, for an address for parole or probation, and nobody searched it after days of looking for this guy. And they tracked the wife to the same town that the address he used before, and nobody searched his house till a tipster called in. Man, these government guys are really good. Woo! Man, good thing we're safe. To the wife's home associated with one of the family members, a law enforcement source told. It wasn't immediately clear what happened before the tip. Yeah, of course not. Members, Texas Department of Public Safety, U.S. Marshals, Border Patrol, BORAC, oh my God, entered the home. Wow, look at all these people. Guess what, people? They entered the home with guns. Well, right, why, Rick? Why would they have guns? I thought guns was a problem. No. Guns are only the problem when good, law-abiding citizens have them. Guns aren't the problem when the cops and the criminals have them. Come on, people, try to keep your eye on the ball. Enter the home and brought the suspect into custody. Ooh, yay! Authorities now investigating whether the suspect had any help. Yeah, because we're really going to go after them. Well, if the helpers were illegal, we'll just ignore them because Biden's opened the board and illegals are now a protected class in America. Let's see. Here's a suspect with his tattoos. I got another picture of his tattoos. He doesn't look real happy. Urge the public to come forward with information. $80,000. Over more than 250 people looking for him. Francisco's current immigration status is unknown. Well, it is known. He entered illegally, and he was deported over 4 times. Remember how they like to skew? Watch this. He entered the U.S. illegally and had been deported by immigration officials at least, that means more than, at least 4 times. That means more than 4 times. Said an iSource, Francisco Opresa Perez Torres, an immigration judge, first removed him in 2009. He had been in the U.S. since his last deportation. The victims, all from Honduras. Here's the kind suspect. How the attack unfolded. This is very interesting on how the attack unfolded. 15 people, including friends and godparents. Aw, were all gathered, ready for a church event. Aw, they were going to church, Rich. Aw, they're giving money to the Catholic Church so the Catholics can tell us we need to have open borders. Aw. All right, gather Friday in Cleveland, 8,000, north is Houston. What is this? City of about 8,000. Okay. About 10 or 20 minutes before the massacre, Garcia and 2 others had walked over to Francisco's yard. How do these people who don't live here have yards and houses and gatherings? And nobody knows that they're all illegal. How does that happen? If government's so good and they caught this guy so fast. I digress. They walked over to the yard and asked him to stop shooting so close to their home because their baby was sleeping. They asked Francisco to shoot on the other side of his property. Francisco had property? He's got property big enough to go to the other side and shoot so it wouldn't bother them? How does this happen? The suspect refused, and Garcia said, "I'm gonna call the police." Wow. When he walked inside and my wife was talking to the police, we had called 5 times. Because we were being more threatening. Because he was being more threatening. So they called the police 5 times. Where was the sheriff crying then? Why wasn't the sheriff responding then? Rick, don't ask those questions. Just believe what you're told. We saw him. He was leaving his property and cocked his gun. The father said, "I told my wife to get inside because he cocked his gun and he might come to threaten us." So the wife said, "You go inside. I don't think he will fire at me because I'm a woman." These freaking idiots are wondering who he's going to... They got a guy coming over with a gun that they just called the police and got in a fight in, and they both want to go out and talk to him. Well, let me tell you something. The gene pool was definitely cleared a little bit on this incident. Because I'm a woman, I'll stay here at the door. So the woman's going to stop the guy. Soon after, the gunman charged the home, first shooting the wife. Who saw that? Ray Charles saw that shit coming. Are you kidding me? You got a crazy man who's drunk shooting a gun and pissed off, and you said you're calling the cops and he's coming over with a gun. I got an idea. Let's put my wife at the door so she can talk to him because he won't shoot her. What the hell are these people thinking? Shooting the wife in the doorway before killing 3 other adults. One of the people that died saw my wife fall to the ground. She told me to throw myself after the gun because my children were already without a mother. The woman helped Garcia flee. I guess this might be Garcia. I don't know. Oh, this is Daniel Velasquez Alvarado, 21, who was one of the 5 people killed, and her partner, 23, Jefferson Rivero. Is that a man or a woman? I don't know. They had been together for 6 years. Maybe he was upset because they tried to push their beliefs of partners on him. I don't know. 2 people died, 2.5-year-old, 1-month-old. Blah, blah. All right, so you can go read the article. He's in custody, and we'll end that there. When I did this the other day, they couldn't find him. And remember, the government did not find him. The government that tells you to give up your guns because they'll keep you safe, they didn't find him. Somebody called and told them where he was. But that's not really being reported that way. All right, y'all have a good one.